How do YouTube? This is Mama.
This is Pappa.
And this is Lily Sue. So the plan for today was the first ride for the channel. And I was going to go do, well, I'm going to do Horns Neck, Zilkaats Neck, Puyer Neck and Hekpoort, which is 4 little passes here in Gauteng in South Africa. And then yesterday I had a bit of a mishap. So
Pappa had an accident.
Pappa had an accident. I was playing with the bull mastiff pup.
And he hit his toe.
And what happened to his toe?
He mislocated it.
He dislocated his toe.
Dislocated my toe. So I apologize beforehand. This is a bit gross, but I'm going to show you the toe.
Yes. So
let me just move my coffee.
The screen.
So that toe was standing out to here. So it was about like that. You can see it's still a bit swollen.
and
It's actually, and actually quite painful.
Really?
Yeah. So apologies again for the gross foot, but yeah, so that happened. But we're not going to let that stop us.
I'm just wondering how you're going to ride with it in your boot.
It's going to be interesting.
Like, squish, squish.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And this is the gear change foot as well.
That's right. And he's going to do about 300-400 k's today.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of it's going to be stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. So I can see you lifting that foot and going, ow, 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 ow.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully we can power through it.
Yes.
And and hopefully bring you some good views of the, not necessarily the passes, because the passes are short. It's not massive passes.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful countryside.
May I introduce someone?
You may introduce someone.
May I introduce Poop? Poop. He's very squishy and cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our channel is a lot about riding and our family life, dealing with family while we want to ride and stuff. So Papa's actually going to ride alone today.
Yes.
I can't go with because I'm taking the kids to the dentist.
And yourself.
And myself. So Mama gets to do the mama stuff and Papa gets to ride.
That's
how it goes.
That's just how it goes.
Yes, but next time.
But next time.
Yeah.
Yes, next time.
Okay, so
right.
Papa's going to go get dressed now, get all kitted out, all the gear all the time, and we'll see you on the road.
Yep. Have fun.
Mom?
Love you. So, just want to start the apps to record. It'll help if I put location services on. There we go. Right, so that. And Rever app. Record. Filled up, tires checked, all of it, let's go. Okay, so this is Mama, this is Papa again.
And Mama here?
And yeah, this is just on the R21. So Mama, you want to explain where we are?
We are in South Africa, in the province of Gauteng, and the city called Pretoria. And
that's a shot of Unisa against the hill. It's not very very clear.
Yeah, UNISA is a very big university in Pretoria. And so Pappa is going to be riding the passes in Hartbeespoort.
You know, Hartbeespoort and surroundings, yeah.
Okay.
So this is basically at the Fountain Circle. That's sort of the gateway into town, into the city itself. We live in one of the suburbs outside of Pretoria. And if you look here now, just on the left-hand side is also part of the Fountains Valley, what's called. And on the left-hand side here is actually a big caravan park that you can go camping at, caravanning at, all of that type of thing. And then I'm just going to take a turn here to go to Hartbeespoort direction. It's actually nice and green. There's a lot of rain that fell. This is just after, what was it? Tropical Storm Eloise. Tropical Storm Eloise. So there was a lot of rain that fell. So you can see everything is nice and green and all of that. Because it is close to end of, it's mid-February. Usually things are much browner, much drier than what it is now.
Yeah.
On the right hand side there you'll see that's the Fur Tracker Monument. There we go. Just a nice picture of that. Just another one of the landmarks just outside of Pretoria. See how nice and green it is. This is a little bit further on. And actually last night when we spoke, we talked about this one. It's the Dashpoort Tunnel. And we said, no, it's the only tunnel that we can think of in Pretoria and surrounds.
Yes.
But we forgot about the Damwall Tunnel
Yeah,
that I'm
that
also
is-
going through.
That
I'm
is
also
true.
going
That
through,
is
yeah.
true, yeah. And as you can see, it's been raining, and Pappa hasn't figured out how to monitor the raindrops on the camera.
Or how to keep it off for that matter. I mean, I got the one guy said to me I must put potato juice on there.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
no.
apparently helps to keep the raindrops off. I don't know if you guys have better suggestions, please put them in the comments.
That would be great.
Yeah, that would really help us a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, this is we're new to this, you know,
Very new.
very very new.
Right, so that
I
was
mean,
the-
just editing this video has taken me close to 2 weeks now. Okay, this is
It's not bad.
yeah. This is just outside of Pretoria, just past the outskirts of Pretoria. This is the Magaliesberg mountain range that I'm going into now. And this is the first pass that I did for the day. There is a signboard coming up stating it is Magaliesberg. And this is the first pass I did. It's called, there's Magaliesberg. The little guinea fowl. Hey? No, there was a crash. The board was skewed. Somebody crashed into the board. I don't know how, because I mean it's a fairly straight road, but somebody. No. No, nothing like that.
Okay.
So this is Horns Neck Pass.
Yes, but you can
It's
see how
not-
wet it is. I mean,
Yes.
it was raining cats and dogs that day.
Yeah, I came at the tail end of the storm. And the thing is these passes, because it's what's called an urban pass as far as I could understand it, it's not really marked, and it's also not massive passes like the Long Tom Pass, for instance, or the Hekpoort or anything like that, the Penhoek Pass. We'll get to those passes as well. That's just a bit far for a day ride. But this is basically Horns Neck Pass. There's no border up there, or I mean, I can probably go do some research and say, you know, how high it is. But I
we
mean,
just-
it's
we just
not
wanted
massive.
to show how fortunate we are that, I mean, this is about, what, 25 minutes out
Yeah,
of town.
about 25 minutes. Yeah.
About
Not
25
even, yeah.
minutes out of town, and you get this
Mm.
nature just right there.
Yeah.
You know, we're not stuck in an urban jungle, which is fantastic.
Yes. And the worst is just with this raindrop that's now right in the middle, you can't really make it out. But I remember the first time Colin and myself went to ride this pass, we were on sport bikes. And that corner tends to close in on you.
Yes.
So we were going a bit higher than legal speed, but yeah, it was quite a scary fall.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and unfortunately the raindrops just, I hit some rain there as well. Okay, this is now a little bit further. Just also showed this piece, I mean, like Mama said, you know, where this is what, 35 minutes out of town, and you've got this beautiful open veld, open bush. You got the trees, you got the poppies, yeah, the poppies, or the hills. In South Africa we call them koppies. You know, just, and beautifully green, like we said, after the rain. And you'll see in quite a few spaces on the road, quite a few places on the road, the road's actually a bit flooded. Here we're leaving Gauteng, going into northwest, another province just outside. Gauteng is the smallest of the provinces in South Africa. So you don't have to drive far to go out of Gauteng,
Yes.
but
the other provinces are big.
the other provinces are big, yeah.
Ooh, look at the mud.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's slippery.
it was, but it's not as bad as what's coming later on in the
Yes.
video. Yeah.
But you know, I haven't seen the rest.
You haven't
I've
seen the
seen
rest
until
yet, yeah.
about here.
Yes.
So I actually don't know what you filmed, what you edited, and there's what's that, speed
The
bump.
speed bump, yeah. What is happening here now?
You got stuck.
I know, just a video that got a bit stuck. Yeah,
Yes.
I thought it was the same problem that we had the last time, that it
Yes.
basically took a screenshot and just showed that for the 20 or 30 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I think for a first time video, your camera's mounted, I think, lovely.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, you can see your controls.
Yeah,
You can see the road. You can see the sides.
yeah. That's everything.
And the road's pretty empty.
The road wasn't,
It
it
doesn't
was,
look as if it was too busy.
no, it wasn't too busy,
Where's
not at
that?
all. This is basically where you turn,
Hartbeespoort.
yeah,
You
so
can see.
turn left into Hartbeespoort. So this is just before Zilkaats. So this
Yes.
is when you turn just left into Zilkaats.
Okay.
So as I turn here, you'll see now that the road really wasn't too bad. This was a Saturday morning at about 10 o'clock that I did this.
Yeah.
And I mean, and the road surface up to here was not bad. So in South Africa, you get the N roads, which is your national highways. Then you get the R roads, which is the back roads, which I'm driving on mostly here. The R roads, you have to be careful sometimes because the potholes and stuff can be quite bad.
Yes. And
But this is not too bad.
farmland.
Yeah,
So we're looking at a lot of bakkies, which is called trucks
yeah,
in
well,
America,
pickups, yeah.
pickup trucks. There's Zilkaats.
Yeah, so this is
So lots of pickup trucks driving tractors, big trucks moving stock.
yeah,
So it does damage the road quite a bit. I mean, look how lovely that looks.
yeah.
The
it is
red
beautiful.
soil. We
Yeah.
see the red soil there.
Yeah, it is beautiful, and especially in this light, you know,
Yes.
with the
And it's darkened a lot with the rain.
yeah, with the clouds and
Yes.
everything.
So in summer, when it's so very dry, it's very dusty, and you've got that red soil just swirling all over the show, and it's a disaster. It's a mess.
And the other thing as well is that when you ride here in summer, make sure you don't dress too warmly, because in this specific area it goes to 33 to 35 degrees average on a summer's day.
Celsius.
Celsius, yeah, not
That's hot.
Fahrenheit, Celsius.
That's very hot. So
Yeah, Mama should know. She went to high school in Hartbeespoort.
I did.
Yes, so
It's hot.
it gets very hot there.
It's hot. And the thing is, we believe all the gear all the time. So you wear your jackets, you wear your jeans, you wear your boots,
And this is now in Hartbeespoort. This is the town of Hartbeespoort. You'll see it is beautiful with all the trees and all that. That's Hartbeespoort Zoo.
oh yes, that's the snake park.
Snake
It's
Park,
called
yeah, the Snake Park. And then on the right hand side, there's a lot of shops.
This is
Looking up there, that place there we went for breakfast on the right. You can see the parking lot was a bit slanted.
Yes.
And we once went there for a breakfast run on a Sunday morning. And the one guy parked his bike against the slant. And he put it in neutral, but he didn't.
You see the dam there on the left?
Yeah, that's the dam. And his bike fell over and took 3 other bikes with him.
Oh no.
But you'll see the dam is extremely full, especially after all of the rains.
Yeah.
But you can't really make it out on the GoPro. But it is full of like algae, but almost like a reeds or something.
It's a plant.
Yeah, a plant that grows there. Yeah.
You probably noticed that the road is very narrow. It's literally single vehicle at a time.
Yeah, especially through here, across the dam wall.
Yes,
it's
so this is going through the tunnel, single file. So the guys coming from the front have to wait for us to pass through here, or for Pappa to pass through the tunnel, and then you go over the dam wall. And this is a massive tourist attraction in our country.
Yeah, but you can see just on the right now.
No, the dam's on the left.
Yeah, there's that's actually all water. That's not
greeny.
that's not grass or anything. That's actually water. Then on the right they had the sluices open, obviously because the dam was so full. But look at how the bucky is throwing up water in the front, because I mean there was massive rain that fell just before this, just before I came here. And you can see the amount of people that's taking photos as well. Everybody wearing their COVID masks. That was slippery as hell though.
I believe I can actually see it.
Because all of the dust and the dust and the mud and all of that on the road.
Yeah.
And then
over the dam wall.
That's the dam wall. And now we're on the other side of Hartbeespoort. Now this, I sped it up a bit here. You can see there the water. I sped it up here a bit just to show the line of cars that's still waiting
to
go over the dam wall.
It takes a while. You mustn't be in a hurry when you go there to look around. Rather park and walk.
Yeah.
Take your time, take the day. Wow, that is a long queue, hey?
That is a massive
That is a very long queue.
All of those people trying to
get over
it, yeah.
Yeah, that is a very, very long. Luckily, we're on the opposite side.
Yeah, I was lucky because the other route I had planned, I would have actually come from this side.
From the other side.
I would have come from the other side.
Okay. You see, it's still single lane roads.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when these on highways, you're not going to find a highway here. Most of South Africa, where all the tourist attractions are single roads.
Yeah.
You're going to have to drive a little bit in the bush to find all the good stuff. Mm-hmm. But we'll show you the good stuff. We wanted to start small and close to home.
Yeah.
But Pappa, I did notice something.
What's that?
That you were a very, very naughty boy.
Why?
You weren't wearing gloves.
The dog ate my gloves.
I know.
The dog ate my gloves. And I mean, like I said, when I was at V Customs, you'll hear me plugging V Customs a lot. I mean, it's the best shop in South Africa. But they don't have gloves that fit me.
Yes. Pappa's hands are extremely big.
Well, I'm here in Harties at the engine. You can see there behind me. I can just show you the crossroads, everything there. This is usually where the guys come to on breakfast runs on Sundays and stuff like that. Okay, smoke break done. You just see. There we go. Smoke break done. Last couple of passes. Battery. 45, decided to either change the battery than run the risk of it. Okay, so apologies for that. That's my first foray in front of the camera. That was, yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
You just
Okay, so
a
this,
bit shy.
yeah, so this is Kommando Neck. This is just a pass that basically runs over the Magaliesberg, right next to the dam. So the dam is on my left-hand side. You might catch a glimpse of it down at the bottom here. But we are going to go over the dam again. I basically did a circle route. So we came in on the right-hand side, went past the dam wall. On the left there is Cosmos.
I have nothing to say about Cosmos right now.
Okay. Cosmos is a bit more upmarket area.
The affluent people
Yes.
live in Cosmos.
Yes. Okay, here we're going over the dam wall, over the dam again. You'll see on the left and right hand side. You see there that those reeds and stuff. I mean, it's everywhere.
Yes.
I mean, most of the dam is filled up with that. I'm wondering what it does to the boats though when the boats go out.
No, I'm sure it's the.
Oh yeah, but the boats couldn't go out.
No, not with anything.
Mm.
And in any case, if their propellers would
Pull up, yeah,
pull it up and get stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, lots of sand on the road, hey?
Lots of sand, lots of potholes on this section of road, yeah. You can see there was massive flooding at some areas. And then a couple of places the potholes were so bad that I had to go over on the other side of the road, or the guys on the into oncoming traffic, and they look at that,
Oh my goodness.
and that's slippery as mud can get. Yeah.
I'm sure you can say snot.
Yeah, I'm sure we can say
it's
snot.
slippery as
Yeah.
snot.
I mean, this is beautiful area to ride through. I mean, especially when it's green like this. Zilkaats River is totally overgrown with reeds as well. Look at the state of the road here. And that was slippery as well. So it was cracked, potholes, bumpy. I have to say, I am very surprised with the image stabilization on the GoPro.
Yes.
Handling this specific stretch of road, because it was bad.
Is this the part where I say I told you so?
Yes, this is the part where you say you told me so.
I told Pappa to get the black GoPro, not the white or the silver, because he wanted to get the white and silver. And I said no, the stabilization was so much better on the black one.
Okay, now look at this part. Okay. This is so we have the speed humps here, because this is a sort of a residential area. But you can see here, look at where the water is. I'm on the right hand side of the road. I'm on the oncoming side of the road. You can't even see where the road is or where the road markings are.
Yes.
Just with the flooding and all of the mud and stuff.
Yes.
And this was like snot. It felt as felt a bit as if my back wheel just wanted to start drifting.
Yes.
But you can see how lovely green it is. The guys planted mealies there on the side, corn. Just waving there to the one guy. And then here we get the Magalies Meander, and if you go straight, it's another one. So it's like a tourist route. But what you'll see here is this group of off-road bikers, because there's a lot of off-road trails here as well. A whole bunch of them.
They were playing in the mud.
They were having a whale of a time, I would imagine. And then just in front here, there was a garage there in front. I found a group that was coming out that just filled up with petrol there as well.
It's a lovely Saturday and Sunday drive.
It is.
Alright.
It is, yeah.
To go out. I mean, like we said, I couldn't come with, and neither could the children, because we all had the dentist appointment.
Yes.
But if Pappa goes again, we'll drive in the car, and then Pappa will be on the bike, because someone has to drive the car.
Unfortunately, someone has to drive the car.
That's fine. I guess the road improved a bit.
Yeah, no, the road improved, yeah. The road from here is very nice again. And this is a nice beautiful part going up into the going over these mountains again in Magaliesberg. And no sharp corners or anything like that. I mean, if you're on a sport bike, I don't think you'll enjoy it too much, because I mean it's sweeping bends and stuff, so but I mean on a Harley and
We
like
ride
I
a Harley
ride,
Davidson so
Yeah.
that we can look around
yeah, exactly.
and see.
Here we're at the
Hekpoort,
Hekpoort River, so it's the Hekpoort River. So this is basically where, again, Hekpoort isn't marked, so you don't really know where it begins and where it ends, but it's a nice section of road. I've always liked riding it. And the elevation here is actually quite steep. It's not too
You
bad.
don't get the feeling so much
On the GoPro,
with
no.
the GoPro.
No,
Watching the video, you don't really feel that you've got an incline or
Yeah.
anything.
bicyclists.
Cyclists?
Cyclists. Lots of cyclists. Not on this road, but especially there where I turned left into on the way to what's that place? Mulder's Drift.
Oh, right.
Cradle of Humankind
Yes,
and stuff.
yes.
You see a lot of cyclists there,
Yes.
a lot of runners as well. But you can see as the landscape changes as well, we went from very tree to sort of more bush, here to the
Yes.
top.
I have to say, the sky is making a fantastic backdrop.
It does, eh? It does.
But we want to show off the blue skies of Africa
Yeah.
at some point.
Yes, no, definitely.
Because nothing beats it.
No, nothing.
I mean,
beats
this is Africa, and we pride ourselves on our
it. Sunny South Africa.
sunny weather.
Sunny South Africa.
Yeah. Eloise was naughty to mess us up like this.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Although we are thankful for the rain,
Definitely.
we are a semi-arid country, so water is precious.
I mean, I was speaking to Zane, and he said that at Kuruman, the Kuruman River,
Yes.
flooded for the first time in like decades or something.
Yes,
I can't
I
remember
believe
exactly what,
that. Yeah.
but it's a long time. Yeah, this section of road I quite enjoy.
Yeah, but I mean, how long did the ride take you in total?
In total, 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah. You weren't
quite
gone
a
that
bit.
long.
No. It was a quick jaunt.
Yes.
I mean, I prefer the iron butt runs or the really long runs.
Yes.
But when it's Mama and myself riding, then we can't really do that long a distance, because Mama does suffer from fibromyalgia, so she cannot sit on the bike for that long.
Yes.
Okay, this is where I turned off to
So this
the.
is where Papa's coming home.
Yeah, this is basically. Yeah, no, I'm turning left here to
Yes.
the Stadfontein Dam and then to Mulder's Drift.
Mm.
So this is basically the scenic route. Cradle of Humankind is here. All of the Stadfontein Caves, as was showed on that map there. You can see there's another petrol station. So I mean, petrol stations they're not few and far between. We have a lot of petrol stations. So you don't really need to have any fuel anxiety. As you'll see there, the lady was running and the husband was in the car behind her.
Mm.
That is unfortunately part of South Africa. Don't go out alone. Don't go out alone, especially on these roads.
It's only a South African issue.
Yeah,
It's a general issue, but we're not going to get into that now.
No.
But women aren't safe
by themselves.
alone.
Yeah,
No,
alone.
not at all.
But look, this area again, it's beautiful, through the trees, the way you go.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we'll go riding again there. And then we're getting close to a spot here. My cousin got married a year or what ago. How long ago was it? No, just over a year ago. And we actually came and stayed over in a guest house here, so that we didn't have to drive, to and from the wedding on the same day, so we stayed in the guest house.
Lovely.
And just to the just a little bit on, I'll show you where we went to have a lunch at a, what was the resort?
It was a resort.
Resort, yeah.
Best burgers.
Yeah, very nice burgers.
Oh, absolutely fantastic burgers.
It's actually coming up just ahead here now.
Is it right?
No, it's coming up. Oh, I put that part because we went from grasslands to all of this reeds on both sides of the road, and then we go back to trees.
Yeah.
You know, just
We've done a little bit of everything.
yeah, a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Although, we don't have those massive trees.
Mm.
Yeah.
No. That's in Knysna and Mpumalanga.
Kommando.
Mpumalanga has got beautiful. That's Melanie's favorite part of the country is Mpumalanga.
We'll take you there. We'll show you Mpumalanga.
And then I'll take you to the west coast because that's my favorite part of my favorite part of the country. Here we go. So just on the left hand side, so by the Swartkops Mulders Drift crossing or traffic circle, just on the left hand side here. Okay, anytime now. You can see a lot of people on bicycles. That place there, I couldn't get a good glimpse of the name. But in there,
Oh,
best burgers. Can
lovely view.
Lovely view as well.
Fantastic view.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Slide
the
it again.
Cradle of
Yes.
Humankind.
This is one of
That's the area, yes.
yeah, this is one of the gateways.
Yes.
Okay, so I stopped here at one of the Cradle gateways. Let me show you here. Swap the camera around. Hope you can read that. Cradle of Humankind heritage site. And the whole. Okay, so there I just took a picture. Good. I have to practice my picture taking skills still. Okay, so that's the Cradle of Humankind. Let's go. Okay, and then we were talking about the guest house that we stayed at, and that is just on the right hand side here. What was it? Misty Cottages.
Oh, I can't remember. But it was stunning and it had the most beautiful sunset.
Yeah, a nice pool. Highly recommend it. I mean, just to
And
stay
very
over.
friendly people.
Very friendly
Very
people.
friendly people.
You can highly recommend it.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Again, different sort of landscape with the higher trees. Just so you get a little bit of everything. But I was still speaking about, and then I'll take you to my favorite part of the country, which is the West Coast, which is basically barren, empty. I just love it.
Nothingness.
I love it there.
Yes. Fish River Canyon.
Yeah, we can do that as well.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of places that we can do.
Yes, we'll take you all over South Africa and show you what we've got.
Yeah. Now, this is basically just getting to the N14, which is the highway that leads back to my house, or to our house. Sorry, our house, not my house, our house.
My house.
Ma's house, yeah.
My
Ma's
house. Yes, and then
on the way home, I didn't film too much on the highway because I mean, a highway is a highway.
Yes.
So the one thing that we can say is the highways in general in South Africa is in good condition. Here and there you'll find a pothole, but in general they are well maintained, and just adhere to the speed cameras because the police the speed limits because they do tend to give you hassle. Oh, and then I just thought, just to show you another unique South African thing, we've got what is called load shedding. So what this basically means is that every once in a while, sometimes for 2-3 weeks at a time, for a couple of hours, certain sections of the country's power is switched off. So for 2 hours, for instance. So coming up to this interchange here where I get off the highway to go to my house, you've basically got a 6-way interchange. Yeah, traffic coming in from 6 ways. And the whole robot was out because of all the robots were out. Was out because there was no power. So that basically means that it becomes a 6-way stop. And as you can see, everybody sort of does their own thing. So if you do get to a robot or a traffic light and it's out, just please be very careful, be very aware of what's happening. And that's the ride, guys.
Oh, I know. You did really, really well.